let's dig into this a little bit because we've been chatting a little bit about just the spiritual component of just this whole idea of natural hair. You found some things that is sparked your interest regarding the lock industry. Why don't you introduce that?
Yes, yes, yes. So, one of the things I noticed is locks to me is just hair, and there are spiritual components to it. But I'd realized that not even a lot of locticians, but it's just a few of them who they really get into it and they have all these different practices that they incorporate into starting locks or retightenings. So you'll see certain people like burning sage in between clients, and I don't know what that has to do with locking hair, but I guess you deal with so many different personalities, and I guess that's their way of clearing the energy. Me, I'm just gonna pray before they come, or if they
Yeah.
wear me out too bad, you just can't come back. I'm not burning sage, or I ain't gonna be smoking no weed behind, dealing with you and doing yeah. And then it's tools that I was seeing, and it was one tool in particular. It's a whole kit, and I was seeing people use it, and it's just like the tool that I use, but it's a sturdier material. And so I was going to buy that tool on the website, and part of what was in the kit was, how do you call it? Palo Santo?
Yeah, Palo Santo.
Palo Santo? Okay.
Right.
That was part of what was in the kit. And I'm like, well, what does this have to do with somebody's hair? Like, and so I got researching it, and I'm just like, this is really witchcraft. Like, you're practicing witchcraft. And so, I had to log out because I can't support that. So it's been a lot of stuff. And then and then also there are different like tarot readers and just different people who have been reaching out to me asking me if I want a palm reading and all of this stuff. And it's like, I don't know how they find me, but it has something to do with the natural, the naturalistic hair care part of it. Because natural is one thing, but using herbs and concocting a pot of this and that, like, I'm not doing all of that. I'm just doing that. I don't need
Right.
natural remedies that's going to summon any demons or nothing.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, I noticed that because I look back to my before I met my wife when I was on the dating scene. I've been on this. I've always loved natural hair and love women with natural hair. But I said, coming out of my last marriage, my previous marriage, I'm like, look, I'm gonna make sure I get a woman that loves her natural hair. That's just something I wanted. Maybe it's been a little short sighted for me. I'll take that. But
That's your preference.
that's just what I wanted.
Yeah,
That's my preference. But the more I looked into it, I find these women with locks. Oh man, she look good. I know she's gonna love her hair. Hold on, what's that sage? What's that? What's them bowls? The more you look into their profile or look into who they are, they a witch.
They
Like
love their hair, and they love consulting their ancestors, which really ain't their ancestors, And the rabbit hole just keeps getting deeper and deeper. The more you be like, what? And you start learning about stuff you never even heard of. Like, oh, you make up stuff now.
Right. So I said, forget that. Let me get the girl with the weave. Come on now.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm just joking. But at the end of the day, and I guess it was teaching me that natural hair doesn't correlate to just everything. There's a large broad audience, I guess, for that. And so that is prominent in the natural hair and the lock industry of people who are indulging in other religious beliefs.
Mm-hmm.
But what would you say to someone, just playing devil's advocate, quote unquote devil's advocate, Kristin? What would you say to someone that says, hey, you're just being too deep? That shouldn't be an issue just because you do someone's hair or someone you partner with someone in that profession that indulges in witchcraft. That doesn't affect you as a Christian. What would you say?
It does. I have had clients transfer to me based off of what their locticians are doing. And it's not what they're doing while they're there, it's what they're doing behind the scenes, because everything is spiritual. We are spiritual beings having human experiences, and you have to be careful who you let in your head. You can ask Samson that. He went to a Philistine hairdresser and lost all his shit behind, what she was doing behind the scenes, So you really have to be careful who you allow in your head. That's right. Your crown is right there. It's right by your mind. And if you lose your mind, you cannot get it back.
That's so true, so true. So I want to bring that back to the weave conversation, what you just said, just protecting your crown and just that whole, like I said, spiritual component to it. You have 1 Corinthians 11:15 that says, but if a woman has long hair, it is her glory, for her hair is given to her for a covering. With the weave industry, you have a large segment coming as far as the human hair, come from countries like India and people who are cutting their hair for religious purposes. Is there any correlation or any way that transfer in your mind to any woman who put that in her hair?
Are they sacrificing the hair before they cut it off to idols?
I believe so.
So it's pretty much just like don't eat food sacrificed to idols, but instead of eating the food and consuming it, you just got it on top of your head the whole time. So,
right.
You don't know what's attached to that, because there are, spirits can connect to different things, or some people might not call it spirits, but certain types of energies. And you have to be really careful with putting your trust in weave or even crystals and all of that different stuff, like material objects, and thinking that it's gonna bless you when really it's gonna curse you.
Let's go.